Most video game Easter eggs are cut and dry, a simple reference to something from pop culture, and that's it. Sometimes though, Easter eggs leave us wondering if there is more going on than meets the eye. Join me today to take a look at 5 of the most mysterious Easter eggs in video games. First up is the most recent game on this list, Far Cry 5. With its huge open world, Far Cry 5 was always going to have secrets tucked away. Now one of the most interesting was the discovery of a single red balloon. Its location was significant too, with it being near a drain, something that has become synonymous with Pennywise the Clown. Speculation was rife, with people wondering if we were going to see Pennywise DLC for Far Cry 5. The speculation only intensified after exploring a haunted house. You could find a second red balloon and this creepy phone message. You can also find this note, which seems to put emphasis on the word "it". Unfortunately, that's where the trailer's gone cold. So far, no new balloons have been discovered, and it now seems unlikely we'll see Pennywise in Far Cry 5. Well, I mean, hope isn't completely lost. Another Ubisoft game, Ghost Recon Wildlands, featured a famous movie monster with its Predator DLC pack. So there's a very small chance we may see something like that, but for now, we'll have to make do with killing cult members.
You're gonna regret this!
Next up is another Ubisoft game, Rainbow Six Siege. With the rather small maps and the millions of players this game has, you would probably think that there's nothing left to find in Siege. Well, you'd be wrong. There are a couple of examples of players being able to trigger secret noises on Canal and the new map Villa. The noise on Villa is a little less intriguing, so let's take a listen to that first. It's been explained that this sound is actually one of the zombies from the Outbreak event. Another theory is that it could be a reference to The Walking Dead Season 2, where the group found a zombie at the bottom of a well. So whilst it's a cool find, it's not that interesting. The Canal Easter egg, on the other hand, is all kinds of strange. If you shoot at the container with an explosive like I do, you'll hear this. Whoever is inside clearly says, "Get me out of here." Now who this guy is nobody knows, and many people have tried to break him out of the container, but with no luck. When you think about it, this one's actually kind of dark and creepy, and looks almost certain that we'll never find out the true fate of the poor chap stuck in there. Assassin's Creed Unity isn't a bad game. Despite all the hype around its launch, AC Unity is a decent game now it's been patched. Don't get me wrong, it's not perfect, but it's okay. Of course, for Unity to appear on this list, it has to have a mystery for us to look at, and this mystery is probably the strangest on the list. I spent a good hour reading theories as to what this may mean, and no one had a clue. At this location, you can find a boat that contains 23 cats, all seemingly happy and purring, a pile of dead bodies covered in bloody rags, and a man seemingly gone crazy.
Le gars, Albert, il est plus fort. Oui, plus fort que tout ça. Ils ne te tromperont pas. Non, car nous sommes bien cachés. Oui, ils ont des yeux pour voir, des oreilles pour entendre.
In my experience of hunting Easter eggs, these kind of Easter eggs are usually referencing a book or a painting from the time the game was set. But this is the thing, it's not linked to anything. It's just a guy in a boat with 23 cats and dead bodies. Like the Rainbow Six Siege Easter egg, it's slightly creepy. What is it with Ubisoft and its strange Easter eggs? Time to move on from Ubisoft and their weird Easter eggs and take a look at Fallout 4. Just like Far Cry 5, Fallout 4 has a massive open world to explore, so we were bound to find something weird. In the Nuke World DLC, you can find the Grantchester Mystery Mansion. The mansion is based off the real-life Winchester Mystery House, which was owned by the Winchester family, who were wealthy gun tycoons. I won't sit here and read the entire Wikipedia article for you, instead I'll link it in the description, but to cut a long story short, Sarah Winchester inherited 50% of a gun company when her husband died. Sarah also had a daughter who passed away due to arismus, a disease which causes the body to waste away. After these tragic events, Sarah went to visit a medium who told her that she was to build a house for herself and all of the spirits that had been killed by Winchester Rifles, the gun company that Sarah now owned. Due to her fear of the spirits, she would build staircases that led to nowhere, doors with nothing behind them, and even place furniture on the ceiling to try and confuse the spirits.
This.
Lucy. Hannibal never wanted a child. Morticia's psychic insisted that Lucy could be saved by driving out her evil spirit.
It's really quite strange. The Grantchester Mystery Mansion says a lot of these features, but with the added creepiness of a girl running around the hallways.
The story of the Grantchester Mystery Mansion begins with Morticia and Hannibal Grantchester.
As you continue through the tour, it'll be mentioned that the little girl allegedly killed both of her parents and after being committed to a mental asylum and breaking out, hung herself in the attic.
After impaling his foot on a rusty spike that was mysteriously driven into his shoe, Hannibal came to Lucy's room to punish her for the prank. We'll never know for sure how it happened, but he was found with a pair of scissors driven through his eye and into his brain. Lucy claimed she was holding them in self-defense as he tried to beat her with his cane. She said he tripped and fell onto the scissors. When asked why his fingers had all been cut off, she replied that it was so he couldn't hold the cane again. Lucy's mother was found dead in the master bedroom with a cloth doll stuffed in her mouth. Her wrists had rope burns, but no ropes were ever found. Lucy insisted that the doll was solely responsible because Morticia wouldn't give her a kiss goodnight. Lucy was committed to an asylum. On her 18th birthday, she escaped. 9 days later, she was found hanging in the attic, dead from an apparent suicide. Please proceed to the next room.
You know where we're headed next? The front door. No, I'm joking, we're going to the attic. Once you're in the attic, this happens.
You got some nimble fingers there, huh?
Very strange indeed. Finally, we have more spooky unexplained noises, this time coming from Battlefield 4. On the Nancha strike map, if you head to the door I do, you can hear this. It sounds like whatever is behind the door is telling me to go away, and I'm not one to argue. Again, this Easter egg will probably never be solved now. I mean, Battlefield 4 is nearly 5 years old, but it would be really cool to see what was behind this door. Oh, and whilst we're talking about Battlefield and secret doors, an honourable mention must go to the door on Fort DeVoe in Battlefield 1. Which after a lengthy process conducted by the Battlefield Easter egg community, revealed a website address teasing the announcement of Battlefield 5. For more information on that video, click on the top right of the screen. So that's it, 5 unsolved mystery Easter eggs in video games. Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you did, write spooky in the comments down below. If you're a fan of Easter eggs and secrets in games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. I'd also like to take this time to thank Daniel Graham, Kevin Hummett, Ollie Goes Online and Tobias Gustafsson for all of their support on my Patreon page. Thank you again for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.